Thank you for your backing on Patreon.
Hi.
Will the camera be able to pick us up?
Yeah.
Alright, that's great then.
Coming back from the shed after a long night, which is why it's all dark.
Shut up.
So, breaking hot off the press news for this video, which is going to be rushed up because it's hot off the press.
Hot off the press.
Literally hot.
Just happened.
You know the famous company MCT Wankers, which I really despise and don't really like? They've gone bust.
Are you your friends?
Yeah.
Alright. So, Manchester Community Transport.
Whatever.
Do they even run vehicles around Manchester that run?
Well, the run
Has announced today. They've announced today that it is proposing to close in late April. So, some great news there for you.
It's a proposal, but I already know someone else that the drivers have been told the 8 weeks, and that's
8 weeks. 8 weeks and you're gone. See you later. So all you wonderful people who enjoy taking photographs of buses in Manchester, go and get your sad video clips of MCT before they all disappear. Hopefully the vehicles go for scrap and not onto sale of anybody else.
It'll also add up with what Shirley Bus said,
Yeah, oh yeah.
because they've picked up an MCT route.
Yeah, they have actually. Go northwest.
And it's not like Stagecoach can buy them out, because Stagecoach can't have any more depots in Manchester. So the buses would have to come to regular depots that are already there.
Yeah.
And the other point is, Stagecoach first don't want any of the staff that work for MCT, because at some point they've been sacked at some point.
yeah, they're just reprimands from the major companies in the area.
So
They've just evacuated trying to get a job with their licence that they hold.
yeah. So it'll be interesting. For sure, who TFGN put emergency contract, because that's how they do. They only do contract work,
Yeah.
tendered work. So emergency tenders have to come out. That'll be interesting.
Anyway, on to better news. We've been what have we done today? We've done quite a bit actually.
We've done some sanding. All right, Kian's done some sanding. He's in the back trying to build up his part here. Kian's done some sanding, and I've done some rolling of paint to make it look a bit smoother than it did, so we can apply the decals.
And I've done some amazing interior work.
And he broke a ticket machine.
I didn't. The ticket machine decided that he no longer wanted to work. There's a difference, Jordan.
Was you using the ticket machine at the time? No comment.
Anyway.
We're doing some painting.
Some more painting. Sorted the destination board out in the back.
Kind of. But it doesn't flap in the breeze anymore.
No.
We've sold the destination display. That's all we've actually done.
And then we've just stood around chatting shit, which is per usual.
In the warm, waiting for the person to come pick up the desti blind before we went for fuel. Because it was a bit cold by about 5 o'clock-ish. It was far too cold for doing anything.
Yeah. B10's had some cobwebs cleared from Sunday.
Yeah. 0 to 30 in about 4 seconds.
4 seconds. For a bus is quite quick, obviously. For a car, 0 to 60 is the preference, but all bus drivers give a fuck about is 0 to 30.
Yeah, but when you take a bus out of the depot in the morning, the important bit is, does it get to 30?
Yeah.
Or if you know you've got a 40 stretch, will it make it to 40 and will it sit at 40?
Or go above.
We won't touch on that. Not allowed to. I know a few people have spotted me out as well out in Manchester over the last few days.
Well, unfortunate for you.
I know.
talking about these, not you.
Oh, cheeky son. I've had my picture taken a few times by people. I think I've just seen you.
Did you do the classic
No, because I didn't see them.
thumbs up? Oh, so they've been sneaky about it.
Yeah. Oh, enough people follow me. I get people that get off the bus and go, "You Mancbuses?"
Yeah, mate, that's the one. See you later. There's no other people who get on with the. No, let's not go there.
The other thing that I found out the other day, which is really good for me, is that my videos get shown in training.
Oh yeah, ticket machine.
Yeah, ticket machine training, and all my route videos get recommended by the trainers and the route learner. Don't know whether that means because he doesn't have to do fuck all now, but
So he sits back and has to listen to you ramble on, talking to yourself in the cab.
I know because I never talk about the route. I'm
No, just like.
You're taking the fucking piss. Yeah, I never talk about the route. I just ramble bollocks.
Oh, does what he just did then.
I always lost traffic and back.
Using the horn and shouting out the window and "You yellow plate twat."
And I had to give that up. Apparently it wasn't very professional.
Professional? Why not?
Calling him a yellow plate twat and a yellow plate wanker was not very professional.
That's what they are. You're only explaining it.
But when they're in front of you, the next minute they just indicate and stop.
Yeah, there's no hesitation of right. Does the bus behind? Shall I probably slow down? No, it's just.
Or they'll slap the indicator on and next minute they'll veer over to the left a bit then do a U-turn in front of you.
Yeah.
You're bellowing down at them at 30 mile an hour and you're like, you fucking wanker.
And then open the door as wide as they can.
Yeah. Well, Amazing Accrington as well is looking very good for the bus. The bus has been booked in.
For the 25th of April.
In Accrington Town Square. It will be on show. I'm thinking of seeing if there's enough room around it on the day to do a special little thing for it. Not about blind spots.
Oh yeah.
Put some yellow tape out. This is what we can actually see. So if you're the Leica loving Muppet in the not in the yellow bit, you can't see it.
Very unprofessional, that job.
It winds me up. They go up and down Oxford Road in weather like this with no lights on, and then get shouty at us when we've nearly squished them because we can't see them. Oh, I know
Pisses
they're all
me off
black.
when they don't work. They don't use the cycle lane provided for them.
Some cycle lanes aren't that safe,
Bloody hell, come on.
but a lot of the times, like the ones that go around the back of bus stops, because they have to slow down to use them.
Yeah.
They don't like it. So what they'll do is last minute, right before the bus stop, you're indicating left to pull in. They'll weave out the cycle lane and cut you up. And it's just, but I don't mind. I get on with quite a few. You know, if you're overtaking and someone presses the bell, you indicate and wait. You know, they'll go past you and they'll put the thumbs up to you. Or I've had some of them as they pass, they shout thank you because they've noticed the cab window's open. So some of them are reasonable. I've had one where I was going to pull in and he actually waved me in. And then as he passed, he went, "Cheers, mate." You know, it's getting on in harmony. But it's the ones that just don't and have no
Slap the
lights
bus.
on. And because in weather like this, the weather tonight is a little bit damp. But on a bus with bus mirrors, your visibility is, well, it's
Very
nothing.
minimal.
Yeah. You can probably see your marker lights and that's about it. But down the side of the bus you can't really see. So having some lights on your bicycle, at minimum at least a high-vis jacket, helps a little bit. But then you have the cyclists which have them really high-powered lights, you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's
And they aim up into the ground, up into the sky. Just ridiculous. So yeah, I don't mind. They're getting a lot better on Winslow Road, but they still come up the inside of you when you're indicating left and overtake you as you're pulling out of a bus stop, even way back. Just one of them. I had a car driver the other day bib at me because I pulled out of the bus stop because there was a car that was approaching me from the back. Right, he flashed. I can't see at the back of me.
No.
But a car behind me pulled out the parking spot. Right, so I'm starting to pull out and he's there behind me. Beep, beep! What the fuck? He flashed, I'm going, you were joining the same road I was joining. Makes me laugh as well. We know when it's a 2-lane bit of road and you indicate to pull out and they'll start bibbing you in the other lane. You're like, I'm pulling out, I'm just saying I'm moving away. I'm in Melania. It's one of those.
It's an awful back end, right?
Yeah. I like the numbers, but how they are DDA, I don't know. They must be touching on the edge of DDA.
Utter shit. It's got that awful Mercedes engine as well.
I know, and you can tell it's half term because the drivers in no rush. Normally they come flying down here. Easy come, easy go. Now, what they say?
Please don't let me go.
What?
Despila, no.
Waiting for the bus. It should come. Doesn't go. Or should come. Goes by. That's the other thing that annoys me. People who think you can read the minds at bus stops.
Yeah, you just stand there and then they just start to go past and they're like,
both arms go up in the air and you're like,
put your fucking hand out.
just hang on a minute, just let me look in my crystal ball.
Yeah.
Oh, I've not brought it today, unfortunately.
So we drop down to 5 miles an hour while you make your mind well you want me in.
I always like the people when there's more than one bus coming and they actually point at the bus they want. So they don't have like 7 buses all trying to pull in.
Yeah.
They literally point and have the arm out for the bus they want. A lot of the students have worked out that's how you get the bus now. You know, like when there's 4 magic buses all coming together and a 42 and a flipping 15. They want the 15, they'll point out the 15. So you know you don't have to pull in then. But it's great on Winslow Road to see because the 142 and the 143 go from the 2 different stops.
Oh yeah.
So if you pull in, you can just see them all running backwards and forwards on the bus stop. It's great. Because they have to separate them out because they go to different places.
People have common sense, they'll know which bus they want.
Yeah. One guy asked me to the Freeman Square in Manchester. I have not a foggiest where it was.
Freeman Square?
Yeah. On the 250 it was. The trip before you got on, and I don't know where it is. Yeah, I went, any idea, any more clues of where it is? Freeman Square. Yeah, we covered that bit.
Yeah. You've already said that bit, just a bit more information might help you.
I asked that and he went F-R-E-E. I don't need its spelling. How much is it normally? I don't know.
Where are you going, Freeman Square by any chance?
Do you get it all the time? Yeah, well you should know how much it is then. So I charged him £2.
Lights.
Notice. There's no rush, these don't change straight away. See, that got him far, didn't it? Oh,
What?
straight through it.
Water, Bell End.
There we go. Yeah, people just don't, half the time, don't know where they're going and it's amazing.
Bit like me.
You're in a league of your own. Some of the questions you get asked are brilliant. Can I have an all day return, please? No, not a day saver and all day return. Fuck off.
That person who asked to Ashton to
Yeah,
that was fun.
2 fucking kids on the 201. We stay on this to Ashton and I went, what does it say on the front? Piccadilly. Alright, keep your shirt on. So I know you get the bus every day because you barged on yourselves. I had some kids, right, at Arsley, and what they do is they board on the going out of town
Oh yeah.
on the estate, so they can stay on the terminus and come back,
Yeah.
right? And then Lonnie on my niece, and I got to, as you go through the dip,
Oh yeah.
and the Tesco's,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? And they got on and they went, got on and started scanning their passport. Where you going? I went, I'm not going now. I'm going out actually. Went, and you're coming back? I went, that's for me to know and you to find out. I go wait on the right side of the road. I don't have him sat on.
So they don't have to wait in the cold.
Yeah, I won't have him sat on.
One should do.
At that terminus, that is my time. If I've got spare time, that's my time. And I can't have my time if fucking they're still on the bus and I've got to sit in the cab because if you dare step out the cab, you become a victim of theft, possibly.
I think that craze has stopped a little bit, hasn't it?
No, it hasn't.
Well, it was really bad in Manchester a while ago, weren't it? But that was over his name.
Well, I let 3 kids on, right? The bus station inspector,
Oh yeah.
traffic attendant.
Yeah.
And one had lost his pass and one had the wrong pass. He had a diamond pass, and one had a pass that worked. So I said to him, I said, oh, we're for a good start there, aren't we, mate? And he went, if you don't let him on, I'll put him on a diamond bus. Right, so I went, right, where are you trying to get to? He said Piccadilly. So I said, right, all I ask is you behave. That is it.
Yeah.
Don't want any music, don't want any shouting. You sit down, you talk on the bus, and that's that. You behave. Yeah, no problem. And they thanked me, right?
Yeah.
They got off at the bottom of Portland Street. Within 2 minutes of getting off the bottom of Portland Street, group call, emergency group call, theft. 2 youths in black coats, dressed all in black. It was the youths I fucking dropped off. Trying to rob a 38.
Little bastards.
They tried getting on without paying by barging on,
Yeah.
and then went to steal off the driver. I'm thinking, I've just let these on and just been reasonable.
Yeah. You wouldn't expect it, would you?
All I ever ask of the kids, if they've not got the money, is just to be honest about it.
Yeah. Instead of making an excuse.
I mean, if it's broad daylight, you ain't travelling anywhere.
Yeah.
Unless they're going to school. Then they might allow it, but it depends where the school is. We'll see. Yeah, but people come up with it. It's like that I go now. Fuck, that is. They get on the bus, I go, I've lost it. And the kid behind, I've lost it. I've lost it.
So no.
Yeah, so I have
Bro.
one. I had that, and he went, he snapped in half and you need to carry it.
Derbyshire.
No, have you got a beeline? What's one of them? Hey, you don't live in Derbyshire then, do you? But if you can see them, if they've not got an eye-go, you can see they're a kid,
Yeah.
then you can give out the no eye-go fare. But the no eye-go fare isn't supplemented. That's why they give it. It also means they've at least got a ticket.
Yeah.
But the only other option after that is unpaid fare. And then that gets the inspectors out.
Yeah, if you issue too many of them.
The monitor where the unpaid fares go through and they go out revenue protect.
Yeah.
But a lot of drivers won't put unpaid fares through, they complain that the revenue protection isn't out. Got to know where they're looking. But I don't challenge passes all the time because sometimes it's just easy not to.
Yeah, it's just easy to get on with it, and
The job's as hard as you make it.
yeah.
But when you've got like loads of time, when you've just got to your stand and you've got 5 minutes, it's easy just to challenge the pass. You can always tell the people who do it all the time, like the people that get on and whip you up the ticket, and you're like, that ain't right. You know, they show it you like fucking Steve McQueen.
Oh yeah, and then just like
Yeah.
go.
You're like, come back a minute. Why does that say £2 single? Is it a single ticket driver? Yeah.
I asked for a return, honest.
Did you not think £2 was a bit cheap? That's it wrong. People complain that Manchester fares are so high, but they don't understand. They compare it to London, but London is subsidised to the max.
Yeah.
That's why council tax in London is so expensive. But then they complain that there's that much fare dodging, so they bring out stuff like the iGo pass, because that's where most of the fare dodging is.
And that your
That
just brought out that your pass, aren't they?
That is a haven
Yeah.
for fraud.
Yep.
I've seen people use that as the wrong fucking gender for what's on the card. You can't take it off them, you're not allowed to.
No.
Well, it's not that you're not allowed to, it's that you can't get to it in time because most of them show it face down.
Yeah.
So you've only got the glimpse of the pictures to put it over if you're looking.
I didn't realise that your passes had a picture on them.
Yeah. But most people hide the picture.
Yeah.
Because I got.
That's probably why I've only seen the your pass bit of it was purple
Yeah.
instead of the other.
Because I had one that got on the other day and it was sort of, you knew she was a child.
Yeah.
She was under 16, you could tell. And it was sort of like, that's not your pass, it can't be. But we're not allowed to take them off you. Well, we are. We're not allowed to travel because you're
Vulnerable by eyes.
But the really obvious ones is when they get on and they're like my age and they go GM60. Yeah, right. Come back, mate, that didn't work. But people don't realise that all the fare dodging that goes on, all these passes that it costs the taxpayer. It goes on the council tax bill. Well, it goes on TFGM's bill and they have to bill the government for it.
And then the government bill your ass.
Yes. You need just to pay the bloody fare. It's like the people that get on and go £1.50 and at the end of the route they're getting off, you're like, no. Because if you pay a full adult fare on a stagecoach bus or first bus, if it's not a tendered route, that money goes to the company. If it's a tendered route, that goes to TFGM.
Yeah.
So like all the people that are crying at the moment, 375 service or whatever it is, I think it is the 375 to Mellow is being axed. Of course it's going to be axed, it was tendered. And it didn't make any money tendered. I mean they can carry a small loss, but tendering, it's an expensive business. If it ain't making money and there ain't the traffic for it, it ain't running.
That's why MCT going down the pan, because obviously they're 10 would than MCT anticipated that they would.
And the other thing to tender stuff is, which is why you'll always find tender bus services run. They'll cut a commercial to run a tender, is because they get fined through the arse when it doesn't run. Or it runs late. Oh, that was nice. Causing carnage behind him. That Ford Focus had to brake hard. I've had to go round it because he was too busy brake checking the Ford Focus. Workforce in road. They wish. One man and his dog. Some of the potholes in town though at the moment are ridiculous as well. Absolutely ridiculous. They fixed the one now on London Road, funny enough, very quickly. I think Stagecoach complained about that one. It was deep enough, right, that every time we went in it, you'd drown the bus out.
Bloody hell.
It was deep. So I've got a feeling Stagecoach, like they normally do, we report it to our managers and they go off to the council and go, can you fix it? Otherwise we're going to start billing you for damage to the buses. The council very quickly come out and billing. It's all good and well them paying out damage to a car, but when you start talking about buses, they go, right, that's £400 for that shock absorber you've just ruined. Oh, and another £400 for the airbag I've just blown in. £200 for the tap you've just ripped off the air tank. It becomes an expensive business very quickly for the council. It's like the great planning, right, on the 76 route. We go up Briscoe Lane, you turn right, and then for ages they were putting in this crossing. It was just a speed up originally, but then now they made it into a crossing. Then they put a zebra crossing on it. Still not moved the bus stop.
Oh, you mean the bus stop that's on it?
Yeah, the bus stop is physically on the zebra crossing, and we're still expected to stop at it. Don't think so. I had a woman kick off. Not stopping there, driver. No, I'm stopping after him because if I stop before it, my arse is blocking the road. So I'll stop before it. Thank you. After it. Thank you. Don't mind the 76 route.
It's not that bad.
I prefer the 74 at night. Because the 74 at night, before they axed it, you left Piccadilly and you just put your foot down the entire way around it. Great. Then the only problem is you got up to Mancbuses and you went, right, where the hell do I park? Because all the parents used to park at the bus stops. So you just end up in the middle of the road with your hazard lights on going, it's great this. Parents knocking when you're moving, about 10 minutes. Can't you move sooner? No, I don't know I've moved. It's timing pointless. Can't leave it early. For fuck's sake! I'll park at the bus stop then.
Right there then.
It's one of them, isn't it? I get asked all the time, bus driver, good job. It's alright. It's what you make it. Pays good for what it is.
Just some of the tips you have to put up with.
Even that people who ask me, is Stagecoach a good company to work for? Well, I left and came back. That's all you need to know. But every depot is different. And I know people that have left 4, 5, 6 times and they always come back. Because as long as you leave on good terms, you've always got a job to come back to.
Just like you.
Do prefer driving coaches. King of the road then.
Oh yeah. When they working and they're okay.
And you have aircon.
Yeah.
Have you noticed go ahead so you can be putting aircon on their buses?
Has she?
Yeah, she's now in the other lane.
She's in the third lane.
Yeah. I think.
Oh, fucking hell.
Oh no, she's still. It's just her lights are really, really shit. He's braking because his tachograph's going over speed. And it
In
now,
neutral.
and it now becomes a seatbelt. The only thing I didn't like about the coach was doing National Express, but I think that was just my experience of National Express.
Oh well, hell it.
Yeah. Because I did like it. Some days I loved it.
Yeah.
Like the Llandudno runs, I used to love doing them. I mean, after like the 60th time of doing it, it's sort of, it's a bit of a drag, but what I used to like doing was taking the passengers, having a good laugh with them
Yeah.
over the night, and then bringing them back. But what used to show the best was I took that brand new Scania, aircon worked brilliant, it was like a fridge of that bus, it was great. 36 degrees outside, 18 inside, it was great, right? And I had this family on, right? And I dropped them off at Pontins, Shirts Pontins, so it was somewhere around that area, so it could have been Townwind, because it's only up the road Townwind from there.
Yeah.
Right, and on the way back I had EWL, I think it was, one of the old Nanex coaches, the aircon didn't really work. Right, and they got on, right, and the first words was, "Why have you brought this piece of shit?" He said, "We told you we wanted a brand new bus on the way back again," and went, "Unfortunately they won't let me bring it." He went, "It was great on the way here, we had to put coats on, it was that cold." It's just one of them. I enjoy driving that Scania. Because they all took the piss out of me when I first took it. They all took the piss, like, "Oh, he's going to bash it up, it's tight round Wales." And I found the Triax easier to drive round Wales than the Dual. Because as you go over the bridge, you go in Towing Wing Cups, it's high curved on both sides.
Yeah.
And they stopped sending Triaxes because drivers would force their way round
Right.
the bend, in which then started to rip off your tail swing corners and panels all over the show. But what I used to do was just wait. The cars would see you coming, and eventually they'd give you enough room, and you could take up the middle of the middle of the road. There's loads of places where you could do that, and it weren't difficult. You just had to wait sometimes. But the first time I pulled up into Presthaven Sands, right? Normally they only open the entry barrier for you, to get in. They're dead strict about that. We only open that one barrier for you, so people have to put the keys in. Right, and they've seen me pull up in this Triax, right, and I've never seen a security guard move so quick to open both barriers. And then I went round, dropped the families off, and as I come back out, it was stood there, and he opened the entry one again, so I could get my tail swing back out. And I hung out the window and went, "Next time, mate, I'll bring a smaller coach." For a week, I had this fucking Triax. Great. Same Triax every single day. It was great. I like the Triax. Everything worked on it. Kind of. The dashboard was held together with Velcro, but yeah, most of it worked, and it worked well. The stereo was great. I loved this. They put a banging stereo into them Scanias, and you couldn't use it whilst on National Express. Well,
Yeah, you did.
yeah, I did. Of course I did. They're going on holiday. You don't want a silent coach. I used to use my data heart radio the entire way. It was great when songs came on, because you suddenly heard the kids start singing. You're like, yeah. And the Jews will love that fucking shotgun song. You used to do that on a Jewish school trip. You need earplugs, because that is sung at high pitch. Normally it's a competition with them between their music and your music.
Yeah.
To the point where I just used to put headphones in. I can hear a little less of it now. But no, I do miss coaching. People always ask me, and I do miss it. When everything's settled, I'd probably go back to doing it. And I'd probably actually go back to National Express. But to a different company.
Yeah.
As I say, I don't mind National Express. It wasn't that bad. Depending on the people. The 06 I was hated. No, because you had bus stops in between.
Yeah.
My idea of coach travel and intercity travel is you go from coach station to coach station. You don't go coach station, bus stop, bus stop, bus stop, coach station.
Oh no.
That's why I like the 386 so much, because you left Manchester, your next stop was Liverpool,
Bloody hell.
then it was Birkenhead. But if you was full at Liverpool, you didn't have to go Birkenhead. You could go straight past Birkenhead. So then that put you in front straight away with time.
Yeah.
Then it was Presthaven, Pontins, Townwin, Wincups, Rill. Rill was great. Used to freak people out all the time when you went up to Rill. Because as you turn right onto this street to get onto the front of Rill, right? And at the top of it, it was like a fucking 95 to 100 degree bend at the top. So you'd turn up in
Really
this,
narrow as well.
yeah, you'd turn up in this coach, you'd just see cars go, fuck! Great. It was just the traffic warden in fucking London, no I didn't like. It was a fucking twat.
Yo man.
Yeah. The only ever parking ticket, I've had a bus lane fine and a parking ticket. The bus lane fine was my own one, I was cutting through and knew it was a bus lane. But what I did not know is that they put the camera up that fucking afternoon. But the parking ticket was, I think that's what bothered my piss about that, because I was told that's where I waited for a return.
Oh really?
So that's where I waited. And it used to be a coach parking place, but now it's coach parking and pickup, and there was like 50 bays there. And when I was there was 4 fucking coaches.
You know. So it was quite busy.
It was rammed.
Yeah.
Right, and the parking guy expected me with, some days when you got there you had like 4 hours 26 on the clock, you only allowed 4 hours 30.
Yeah.
If you go over that and you don't have a decent reason, and trying to find coach parking is not a decent reason to go over, especially when you've gone to a coach drop off and pick up zone which has had coach parking and there's enough room for you to park. If you get stopped by the DVSA, they will not accept that you've gone over your hours because you had to move, right? But luckily on this day I got there and I had like 4 hours on the clock, so I actually had more time than I normally did.
Yeah.
So I went and got my fish and chips and my sausage and chips, whatever I had, and I'm sat there eating it, and this traffic warden come over to me. He went, you need to move. Like, I'm National Express, mate, it's my terminus. And he didn't like my attitude straight away when I told him no, I don't need to move. Right. But this is where I've been told I need to park. I need to wait. But no, the deal's round the corner. So I rang. A few days later I rang, and the deal's not round the corner, so no one knows where the deal is. So I said, I was told, and I explained it to him. He went, well, you need to move. Like, I'm on a tackle break, mate. If I leave now, I'm only going to clock 15 minutes. So now I've got to go round the corner for half an hour, and then I'm 45 minutes late leaving here.
Yeah.
And I had passengers waiting for me. And I went, do you want to explain to them why I'm 45 minutes late? He went, that's not my problem. You put yourself on break. I went, yeah, but I'm going to break the law. Because he didn't ask how much time I had on the clock. So I went down the road and I ran out of hours.
Yeah.
And then he was happy for me to break the law for me to move the coach. So he gave me a ticket. So as he's giving me the ticket and trying to explain, I went, oh, you're just being a twat, aren't you? And apparently that is the magic words that get you a ticket.
Quite clearly.
Yeah. But the best bit about it is I ended up ringing my office.
Yeah.
So he's arguing with my office, I'm arguing through him to my office. Right. And he's winding me up by making shit up, so I'm effing and jeffing at him now. And like, are you going to move? I went, no. I went, I leave now in 10 minutes. I leave. And he wouldn't have it, so he gave me the ticket. He went, do you want this? So I took it off him.
Put
Do
it
you know
down
how
the
they have,
coach.
yeah, do you know if they have to take the picture
Of it.
of
yeah.
it on the bus or on the vehicle? They have to take it on display to prove they've given the ticket. And I launched it down the back of the coach, and he's not allowed on the coach. It's not in his remit, he's not allowed on. So he's leaning in this fucking massive coach up the stairs to try and get a picture of this ticket that he's actually giving me. Oh, the company got it squished in the end because they went, I submitted my taco records for that week, and they agreed that at the time of when he asked me to move, I would have made my service late, and there's a possibility I would have gone over my hours, which it was. I don't know what taco report they put through, but that's what they got it squished. But I did it the entire summer term, so it's 6 weeks I did this for.
Yeah.
And in the 6 weeks I come across lots of traffic wardens there, and a lot of them looked at National Express coach. In fact, half the time you did it in a Selwyn's coach, so the only clue was National Express was the words National Express on the dusty blind, or that you still had the route numbers up. Okay, now mate, do you want to get any closer? Right. And at one point we were taking the piss on this day, right? And I had the triax.
Yeah.
Someone turned up in a Catano from our place, then an Elite turned up and a fucking Van Old, right? And they all put National Express up on the front of the blind so they get a ticket, right? And we were joking, we went, someone's going to be thinking we're taking the piss here. We were going to look and they go, it's a new coach, yeah, it's possible. And they're going to get it eventually as the Van Old goes, someone's taking the fucking piss here.
Yeah.
Right, but on that day, right, they needed their braking. They couldn't make it to the coach park in time, because the coach park in Llandudno is down Builder Street, and it's down this winding. You can get to it easily in a triax going the other way, but it's like 10 minutes from the coach drop-off place, right? But on this day, female traffic warden, right? They approached and they went, "We're just ran out of hours. We're just going to get some food. Once the time's up, we'll move."
Yeah.
Right? And they went, and he's the National Express service coach. She went, "Not a problem." She walked away. That was it. Done. And a lot of them were like that.
Yeah.
They used to come over and go, "You all right, mate? Yeah, not a problem." That was it. There was just this one guy who had an issue in 6 weeks, and it spoilt the day for me.
Yeah.
Because it frustrated me, because he was just making up shit. I've said this to him, and the best bit was, "I'm going to make a note that you call me a twat." That's fine, mate.
Off you go.
You make notes.
Have you written it down yet?
You've been abusive towards me. No, I haven't. I've called you a twat. It's offensive. No, it's not. Fuck off. But yeah, I could have handled the situation differently, but
Yeah, you could have shut the door when you tried taking the picture.
you know, it was one of them. It frustrated, because that was where I was told to park.
Yeah.
I was only doing what I was told. And like I say, on some days, you'd be at Colwyn Bay,
Oh yeah.
and your tachograph would already be flashing.
Yeah.
Brake reminder. So then at that point, you've got 15 minutes to get from there to Llandudno. So you'd pull into Llandudno and you'd have 4 hours 28, 4 hours 26 on the clock. I'd taken many pictures when I was there. When you was pulling in, and you think I got it as close as 4 hours 28, I think I got to. But I had it on the way back. I had it where I had to stop in Chiltern Street to take a break because I ran out of time, and then I lost my coach.
I don't want to learn a story about that. I don't know how you can lose a coach.
Well, the 060s went up the shitter because of the Express and it sat there on its brake.
Yes.
It got robbed.
Oh.
They managed to persuade Selwyn's to put on the extra service that they were going to pay for it. And they had a driver but no coach, so they took the coach.
Two was left there with no coach.
Yeah, I had to go wait for a 212 so I could go back. Got me an hour and 40 odd minutes overtime now.
Oh, fair enough.
But that just shows how tight it was. You got to Chiltern Street and I ran out of time.
Hmm.
The time was made so you could get to Chiltern Street and get back to depot. But didn't make it. Which was unfortunate. That just meant I got 45 minutes overtime. Because they only book in one break.
Yeah.
And there used to be a humpback bridge. Oh, that was great. On a 50 stretch as well. And I was always praying there was no wagon because all you heard as you went over, the tri-axles were the worst for it. As you went over, you'd go over nicely, and then you just hear this big oh! It's the fucking back of the coach went launches itself over this humpback bridge at 50. And then you'd always hear this kid go wee. I honestly don't know what was. I thought the tri-axles were worse with the extra wheel flying it over.
Yeah.
But people used to be worse on the dual axles. But that was great fun. It wasn't as good coming back the other way, but going it was great. And then you used to go down this big dip, so you could get the coach to go that. That was great. That. See, I've always got a smile on my face when I do coaching.
Yeah.
Just enjoy it. It was always different every day. Even doing the Landudno run every day was different. Right, well, we wear spastic gloves. Oh no, we can't say that. We wear key gloves.
It's not politically correct.
No.
No.
Right, we'll let you know when I'm next going.
Alright.
Oh, I've got to let you out again. There you go. Bye.
I got my phones this time.
Good.
See ya.
See ya.
And he's coming on.
Yeah.
He's doing more and more.
He's starting to get a bit more onto it, isn't he?
Yeah.
Hands down.
Well, he can use a power tool. He can do more than Stefan can do. Stefan can't use a power tool. Seeing him use a power tool is absolutely fucking hilarious.
Does this video need to be muted?
No. I tell him to his face. Ugh. Got no problem telling him to his face.
Stefan.
He does give more now though to the boss. What, £20 a month is not making a big dent on his debt. But I don't take the £20 out of the bus account, so it goes back into the bus anyway.
Yeah.
You can't park. So now it's all about will we make Scotland this year or
Hopefully we can do.
depends how many people want to go, but it's an expensive do because you've got to pay for hotels that people get up there. And I don't know if I'm going to try and store it at Scottbus, but I don't know if Scottbus will charge me for the week.
Yeah.
But really, it's not going to be there because I aim to have it out most days
Yeah.
up there. Shoving it off and bringing back memories. So, I don't know.
The National Express Dundee still running the 22 service?
Yeah.
Maybe. Maybe. Just maybe.
Well, that's what I
They
wanted to
could
do.
let us run the B10 in service, but with
On a
no,
free service.
Yeah, with no charge.
Well, that was what, they do throwback Thursdays, and that's what I was going to, when it goes to the tank, that's what I was going to see if we could suggest to them.
Yeah.
Where we can run a service, then it's free. But I think they'll go for duping the service more than.
Yeah.
But if they want to run the service, their driver can drive it and it's no fares. Because I had that comment off Lois on Facebook. He went, if it's before 1995, we can carry passengers without a tacho. I can carry passengers without a tacho. It's a preserved bus and preserved insurance. It's out of scope of driving hours. I still have to.
Obey by some of them.
Yeah, I have to. Unlike running days, you have to obey by domestic hours.
Yeah.
But say I'm just moving the bus about, it's out of scope. But yeah, we all can carry passengers because it's classed as a free bus service. If people are paying to get on the bus, then it's no longer free.
No.
So you do have to follow them rules.
And I'm a class 6.
Yeah.
And an all license.
Yeah.
It's a lot of fucking hours.
It's easier to run non-for-profit for a class 5.
Take donation.
Yeah. It's the easiest way to go around it. It just makes more sense. So it's like when we do the Scotland trip, everyone that comes with us will put in for the fuel. And then that evens the cost out for me. Because we've already worked it out. We're working it out that it's £400 at the worst case scenario
A few.
of fuel.
£400 worth of fuel, isn't that bad?
Each way.
No. And then you've got it running through the week as well.
At 10 mpg, it's a tank of fuel to get it up there and back. Literally a tank of fuel, £219. But at 5 mpg, it's just shy of £400 for the single trip.
Yeah.
And we ain't using motorways, we're going the scenic route. Because we want to go through places like Crewe and stuff like that, because we want dinner. Where's Carfest? Is it down north?
Cheshire.
Cheshire. Because I put that on my itinerary that I might, depending, run with town and district for that. But it depends on what they
Yeah.
want, innit?
Yeah, they're more into the vintage.
1999.
So
But I'll put it on my agenda anyway. You can see all my events, they're all on the website. You do have to click on a page first before you see them at the moment. We're still working on that. But yeah, you can see them. Amazing Accrington's in there, the Tanner District's running day. I do plan on doing more services this year. But again, it always depends on fuel. And what winds me up is what people have brought up before in comment sections, that people that come and ride on the buses and
Don't put their hand in their pocket.
they get off on all the thrashing and all the kick down and stuff like that, and they don't put their hand in the pocket.
No. And they probably earn money from bloody YouTube.
Yeah, and fuel is cheap in a sense, but when you've got a 9.7 litre engine screaming its head off to go up a hill, it ain't cheap. I mean, Christmas Day, we only ran half the day and we used about £100 worth of fuel.
Yeah.
But saying that, the donations were good.
Yeah.
Weren't as good as 906, but they were good. They softened the blow. I don't want to make a profit, I just want the blow softening.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, if I use 50 quid worth of fuel and I make 20 quid, it's better than making nothing.
Fuck all. Yeah.
But it's like, I did one rally, I think it's when I first got the bus, and I made like £4. It's sort of like, what was the point in running? But I'm going to get some decals to put on the donation tickets. Stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because the insurance is the biggest cost. got the MOT, so that'll be an interesting video. The auto take-off doesn't like being filmed, unlike Middlewich, where they're quite happy to be filmed doing the test.
No.
Well, they were quite happy for a camera to be rolling on the bus. They didn't want the camera following them around, but they were quite happy for the camera to be rolling on the bus. And then in the middle of the season, there's the insurance due and breakdown cover, which is £400. £200 each way it is. So that'll be an interesting money find. I'm saving up for it already.
Right.
So, that's the itinerary anyway.
Yeah.
That's all I've got to say really.
I've got nothing else to mention.
Thank you for watching. Thank you for the Patreon support. Please do join us on Patreon. There's more and more content on there, and we can be a bit more open on there.
Yeah.
We've got special pictures, special posts, all
Special
sorts.
people.
They get that normally.
Yeah.
All sorts on there. Bit of merchandise as well at Teespring. And yeah, thanks for watching. See you later.